This is part 2 of my OBGYN has my child that I was told did not survive. Guys, if you missed the first part, this is a 3-part saga, and it's pretty crazy. The first part will be linked down below in the description or the top comment or a playlist below. It's super easy to find, but today, we're going to learn something new about OP's husband. The same husband that we already know is crooked. The same husband that we know has been feeding OP poison for 3 long years. So let's go ahead and jump into part 2 of this wild saga. And guys, I hope you're ready for this one. I really can't believe that I'm back here, but everything has exploded. My last post got so many upvotes and my DMs are flooded. Actually suspended my ability to receive new messages for all of them. Thank you to everybody who reached out. Oh, and to the exact 2,847 people who told me to check for carbon monoxide poisoning, we did. I wish it was that simple. I wish I was just slowly suffocating from a leak instead of what's actually going on. So it's exactly 3:15 a.m. I'm sitting in Kelly's bathroom because it's the only room without windows, and yes, I know how paranoid that sounds, but 3 hours ago someone tried to break in. Police said it was probably random, even though the guy had my phone in his pocket. Kelly's sleeping with a baseball bat, and I have the number they gave me for the FBI on speed dial. Our meeting is in 4 hours. 5 days. It's been 5 days since I've posted and I've aged 5 years. My hands won't stop shaking. I've thrown up 6 times today, but I have Emma's real birth certificate in my bag, 47 hours of recorded confessions, and proof that my husband has been poisoning me for 3 years. Sorry, Alan just texted. Have to pretend to respond normally. Hey babe, hope your migraine is better. Can't wait to see you tomorrow. Love you. I texted back, oh, much better, love you too, and then I threw up again. So let me just break this down into parts. This is part 1, the grandmother Rose recording revelation is what I like to call it. And yes, you guys were right about checking everything. The cemetery, the death certificate, the medical records, they were all fake. But nothing prepared me for what my grandmother had. Rose is 94 years of age and lives at Sunset Manor in Tampa. It's a 4-hour drive, and I told Alan I was having a bad day and just needed to stay in bed. He was so concerned, made me tea, obviously I didn't drink it, and kissed my forehead and said Dr. B could do an emergency session if needed. Dr. B, who doesn't exist, I smiled and said I just need rest. Well, the second his car left, I was in mine. Rose was in the activities room doing watercolors when I arrived, and she looked up, saw my face, and immediately asked the aide to give us privacy. And that's when I realized her voice was different, strong. Her eyes were sharp, focused, not the mild confusion I'd seen in recent visits. Took you long enough, sweetheart. She said while she pulled out an iPhone from her wheelchair cushion. An iPhone? The 94-year-old grandmother who supposedly can't work the TV remote has the latest iPhone brand hidden in her wheelchair? I said, Grandma? Oh, I can work technology, honey, just fine. I've actually been recording everything for 5 years. For my memoir, supposedly. But really, I knew something was coming. Your family has a talent for attracting sociopaths, dear. Your grandfather was one too. Charming as the devil. Twice as evil, though. I learned to document everything with him. She pulled up a file dated December 23rd, 2022. This is 2 years ago, Christmas Eve dinner at Janet's house. Listen, she said. It was Janet's voice slurred from wine. Oh, she'll never figure it out, Rose. We've got everyone convinced. The poor girl actually believed her baby passed. Meanwhile, Emma's right there, calling Marissa Mama. Alan's brilliant, honestly. The slow poisoning to support the dementia story, chef's kiss genius. By next year, we'll have her institutionalized, access to the whole trust, and Emma will never remember her real mom. I couldn't breathe. The room was spinning and Rose grabbed my hand. She said, honey, there's more. Well, the recording continued. It was Janet laughing, and she said, "The best part is the monthly treatment at the Arizona facility. She thinks she's at a work retreat. Tony creates these elaborate email chains, even fake Zoom backgrounds for virtual meetings. She logs into dummy accounts, presents to nobody, and gets automated responses. She's basically playing The Sims while we're planning her funeral." I ran to the bathroom to dry heave this time because there's nothing left to throw up. When I came back, Rose had pulled up another file. She said, "This one's from last month, honey, the wedding." Janet, again, talking to someone named Patricia. "We had Tori in the front row, completely drugged. She doesn't remember a thing. We told her later she gave a beautiful speech about wanting Alan to be happy, and the videographer edited her out, of course. Can't have evidence of a woman at a wedding who's supposed to be in the grave." My own grandmother knew? This whole time she knew? "Why didn't you tell me?" I whispered. "Oh, they monitor my calls, my visits. Alan installed a camera in my room for my safety, but they didn't think to check if I had my own device. I've been waiting for you to come alone, like really alone, not with one of their tracking devices in your purse." Tracking devices? I dumped my purse out. There, in the lining, was a small GPS tracker. Rose pulls out a second phone. "This one's clean, take it. There's 47 hours worth of recordings. Janet confesses everything when she's drunk. The fake car accident, the baby switch, the inheritance theft, even their plan for your... Well, you're going to take yourself out next week. Yeah, that's right. You're going to take yourself out next week. That's what they're planning. See, they have a note written by you, sweetheart. In your handwriting, well forged, but good enough. You're going to, quote, break down from the dementia. Take a bunch of pills and, Alan gets everything. Emma gets a trust fund and Marissa gets to legally adopt her. It'll all work out for 'em." She showed me a photo Janet had sent her, thinking Rose could not access messages. It was a note that I wrote about, doing something very bad to myself. My exact handwriting, talking about how I could not handle losing my mind, how I wanted to just leave this earth while I still remembered Alan's love. I've never wanted to hurt someone before, but reading my own note, written by someone else, dated for next Tuesday, I understood true rage. So I'm going to call this part 2, the poisoning discovery. So, Kelly noticed it first. We were going through the recordings and I kept losing focus, getting confused. She said my pupils were dilated. Then she asked when I last had coffee at home. Well, this morning, wait. No, 5 days ago before I found out. And how do you feel now compared to then? Well, I thought about it. The constant fog I'd attributed to stress from Emma's death, it's gone. The word finding problems that supported the dementia diagnosis is gone. The episodes where I would lose hours of times have not happened since I've been at Kelly's. We went back to my house at 2 a.m. Alan was at Marissa's. He thought I thought that he was at a conference. Kelly brought test strips from her friend who's a pharmacist. Well, scopolamine. The coffee maker tested positive for scopolamine. Do you know what scopolamine does? It's called devil's breath in Colombia. It makes you compliant, confused, and creates memory gaps. It can make you seem exactly like someone with early onset dementia. Every morning for 3 years, I've been drinking poison with my dark roast. But that wasn't even the worst part. We found his stash in the golf bag in the garage, vials of it medical grade, with invoices from a pharmaceutical company. The sales rep's name was Caroline Mills. I recognized her. She was at our wedding in the photos, sitting on Alan's side. Well, then Kelly found something else. My calendar, not like my Google one, a physical calendar in Alan's office where he's been tracking my episodes. Every important event was marked. Job interview that I forgot about equals double dose day. Visit from college friend who I didn't recognize, triple dose day. Sister's birthday dinner, where I called Sabrina by the wrong name, equals special cocktail. He'd been calibrating my confusion, creating evidence, and making sure there was witnesses to my decline. I took photos of everything. Then I saw the newest entry for next Tuesday was final dose. Peaceful ending, Emma's future secured. My legs gave out and Kelly taught me before I hit the ground. That's when we heard the garage door and Alan was home. We ran. Barefoot, carrying the evidence in grocery bags, we ran to Kelly's car parked 2 blocks away. Alan never saw us, but now I was terrified to go home, terrified to go to work, and terrified to exist. Monday morning, we went to Henderson Financial anyways. You were right. I needed proof. I've been working. My badge still worked, and the scanner beeped green, and security waved me through like always. But when I got to the 3rd floor, my desk was gone. Not just empty, it was gone like it never existed. Cubicle 314 was now part of 313. Expanded into a double cube for Margaret from accounts payable. Tori? Margaret looked like she saw a ghost. Oh my gosh, how are you here? Margaret, I work here. She went pale and said, honey, no, you haven't worked here for 3 years, not since the accident, not since Emma. There was no accident. People started staring and security started to walk over and Kelly grabbed my arm, but I was so done. I've been here every day, check the system, check my login history. Well, our boss, Richard, he came out of his office, his face went through about 6 emotions in 2 seconds. Oh man, Tori, let's talk in my office. He closed the door, sat down, put his head in his hands, and said, they told me you were not alive anymore. He said quietly, what? Yeah, 3 years ago Alan called, said you've been in an accident. We sent flowers to your funeral. Then a year later he called again, said there's been a mix-up. You survived, but were severely brain damaged. Asked if we could help maintain your routine by letting you think you still worked here. You've been doing what? Tony set up a whole system, fake emails, dummy projects. We thought we were helping you. He said the doctors recommended that routines would keep you stable, and we've been paying you salary into a medical trust Alan manages. I've been playing pretend at my own job for 3 years, and everyone knew but me. Richard, I need the security footage from last week. I can't give it to you. IT wiped it, system upgrade, but... he hesitated. The parking garage across the street has a camera that catches our entrance. They keep footage for 90 days. Guys, long story short, we got the footage. There I was, every single day, walking in at 8:47, leaving at 5:15 for 3 years. This proves I'm not crazy. Richard just nodded. Then he said something that chilled me to the bones. Alan called an hour ago, said you might show up, said you were having a psychotic break and we should call him. He's on his way with your doctor. We ran again. But this time security tried to stop us and Kelly pepper sprayed one of them. Sorry. We made it to her car just as Alan's Tesla pulled into the lot. I saw his face through the windshield and he was not worried or concerned. He was furious. Well, Tuesday was garbage day on Maple Street. I knew because I've driven past Alan and Marissa's apartment 6 times trying to work up the courage to knock. To demand my daughter and to scream until somebody believed me. But then at Whole Foods, the universe delivered. I was buying hair dyes, yes, to disguise myself. I know how that sounds. When I heard it, Mama, can we get the dinosaur nuggets? My daughter's voice, I'd imagined it so many times in 3 years, what she would sound like as she grows. But imagination was nothing compared to reality. She sounded exactly like me at that age. There's a home video of me asking my mom the same question. Same inflection, same everything. I turned the corner and there they were. Dr. Marissa C., my OBGYN, who looked me in the eyes and told me my baby was gone, holding hands with my daughter, who was very much alive, wearing a blue shirt and a light-up sneaker that sparkled with every step. Emma looked up at me and the world stopped. You look like my mommy in heaven. Marissa went white and grabbed Emma, started backing away. She says, we have to go, sweetie. But Mama, look. She looks just like the picture Daddy hides in his office, the one he cries at. I couldn't move, couldn't speak. My baby was there, right there, and she thought that I was gone. Are you an angel? Emma asked me. Emma, we're leaving now. Marissa picked her up, practically ran to the checkout line, but Emma kept looking back at me, waving, Bye, Mommy! I abandoned my basket, followed them to the parking lot, and watched Marissa buckle Emma into a car seat. The same model I bought 3 years ago, still in its box in our attic because my baby was supposedly gone. I followed them home, Sat outside for 2 hours just listening. The windows were open, I could hear everything. Daddy, I saw her, the angel, Mommy. Oh, that's impossible, sweetheart. No, really, at the store. She had the same hair and the same eyes and the same voice as the video. What videos? The ones on your phone. When you think I'm sleeping and you watch them in the bathroom? Marissa says we need to accelerate the timeline. It's handled on Tuesday. That's 6 days away. It has to look natural. The family's expecting a gradual decline before the note. They were talking about my, life like it was a dinner reservation. Emma's voice speaked up again. Can Angel Mommy come to my birthday party? Oh, no, sweetheart. Angels stay in heaven. But she was at Whole Foods. They have good cheese at Whole Foods. Maybe heaven is near the cheese section. Even through my tears, I laughed, and then I sobbed, and then I threw up in the Starbucks cup. My baby was funny. She was perfect. And she thought I didn't exist anymore. I don't even know what to say. Wednesday was the intervention. I should have seen it coming. My mother texted asking to come for lunch, just her and Dad, a quiet meal. I thought maybe. They were starting to believe me. Kelly drove me but stayed in the car. Bad feeling about this, she said. Oh my goodness, she was right. I walked in to find my entire family, parents, Sabrina, Tony, Janet, Alan, and a man I've never seen before wearing a white coat with Dr. B embroidered on it. Alan stepped forward, hands out like he was approaching a wild animal. Oh, honey, we're here because we love you. Don't! I backed toward the door, locked. Tony stood in front of it. Tori. The fake Dr. B said in a voice meant to be soothing. You're experiencing a severe dissociative episode. This is common with your condition. We're going to help you. My condition? Oh, you mean the poison? The scalplamine in my coffee every morning, that condition? Everyone looked at each other with practiced concern like they rehearsed this. My mother starts to cry. She said, Sweetie, these delusions are getting worse. You think Emma's alive. You think that you've been working. Now you think you're being poisoned. Please, we beg you, let Dr. B help. Check the coffee maker. Oh, we did. You put the drugs there yourself during your episode on Sunday. You don't remember because of your condition. The gaslighting is insane. So perfect that for 1 second, one horrifying second, I even wondered if they were right. Well, then Janet, she made a mistake. We just want what's best for you, like we discussed at Christmas 2 years ago. Oh, you mean when you told Rose the whole plan? When you laughed about me believing Emma was no longer here? Janet's face, the expression, was worth everything. I said exactly 4 words. I have the recording. Alan moved so fast I didn't see the syringe until it was in my arm. Oh, it's just a sedative. Tomorrow you'll be safe in this facility. Emma will be safe from you. Everybody will be safe from you. The last thing I saw before passing out was my mother's face. She wasn't crying anymore. She was relieved. I woke up in a psychiatric facility, white walls, locked door, camera everywhere, a nurse checking my vitals. Where am I? Peaceful Pines. Your husband admitted you after the psychotic break. Don't worry. Dr. B will explain everything. But Kelly? Kelly! Oh, God bless Kelly and her paranoid preparation. She called Rose's lawyer, the son from Japan, David Kim, international tax attorney who just happened to have power of attorney over Rose's medical decision. He arrived at Peaceful Pines with a court order, 3 cops and a news crew. Turns out you can't commit someone when their legal medical proxy disagrees, especially when that proxy has evidence of fraud, poisoning, and conspiracy. The facility had to release me. Alan tried to stop it, claiming David is a fake, a phony. But David had something Alan didn't expect. A video call with a judge in Florida who's gone to law school with him. Mr. Patterson, the judge said to Alan, if you attempt to interfere with Mrs. Patterson's release, I'll have you arrested for false imprisonment. Do you understand? You should have seen Alan's face. He knew. He knew that I was out. He knew his timeline was blown. As we left, he grabbed my arm and he said, "You're sick, Tori. You're going to hurt Emma. I'm protecting her from you. Can't you see that?" I said, "No, you stole her from me." And he said, "Prove it." Kelly's apartment became a command central. David Kin turned out to be exactly the pit bull we needed. Within 24 hours, he had a subpoena filed, court orders drafted, and a contact at the FBI who specialized in medical fraud. But we needed Emma's real birth certificate. The digital one showed Marissa as the mom. But Rose remembered the hospital she was born at still kept paper archives for legal reasoning. So Thursday, at the middle of the morning, David got us access. Legal privilege, he said. The night clerk was half asleep, didn't question the court order. Room B12, filing cabinet, 2021, March birth. There it was. Emma Rose Patterson. Mother, Tori Patterson. Father, Alan Patterson. Born March 15th, 2021. Weight, 7 pounds, 2 ounces. Alive. Not passed during delivery. Alive. But there was more. A second certificate, Emma C. Same date, same time, same weight. Mother, Marissa C. Father, unknown. She filed 2 certificates? Told you Emma passed away, filed a fake death certificate, then registered her as her own kid. That's fraud, that's kidnapping, that's so messed up. That's so many crimes, I need a spreadsheet. Then Kelly found something else in Alan's file she photographed. The life insurance policy, $3 million taken out a week before Emma was born. But the beneficiary was not Alan, it was Emma, with Marissa as the trustee. They weren't just stealing my baby, they were setting her up to inherit everything after my death. My note would be next Tuesday when they take me out. David called his FBI contact. He said, "We need protection now." And that's when we learned we were not the first. Dr. C's ex-husband had been trying to get someone to listen for years. His son, Lucas, was supposedly stillborn, but he'd seen a boy who looked exactly like him at a park in Seattle, calling another woman mom. Well, 3 other families, 3 babies that didn't make it, all alive, all with new parents, all with multi-million-dollar life insurance policies on their biological mom.